everybody, and welcome to Pauly's Crochet Creations. So yesterday we made the cobblestone hat pattern. This is a very easy and warm hat pattern. It is absolutely wonderful for the Canadian winters. You can also use it to make a basket, which is another use. If you wanted to make a bigger basket, well, you would just continue to do increases as the way I showed you. And I can make a basket if you're interested in that. Just pop a comment down below that you're interested in me making a basket. So we are going to make the cowl to go with this hat. Okay, so what I'm using today is I'm using Mainstays acrylic yarn. It is 285 yards, 260 meters, 5 ounces, 141.7 grams. It is a number 4 weight. It says to take a 5.5 millimeter knitting needle and a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. And it even tells you the date that it was put together. So I am going to grab a crochet hook if I can find them. I'm probably going to use a 6. Yeah, I might use a 6. Let's see if I can find one here. I usually have all of my, well, I have a 5, so what I'll do is I'll just use the 5. I was trying to find a ergonomic hook, but I think those are over on the desk, and I'm not on the desk right now. So we are going to use a 5 millimeter crochet hook. Again, it's the dollar store hook. I wanted to use something a little bit easier to use because my hands are a little bit sore. I didn't see a color name on here. I am going to take the ball band off. As I have shown you before with these ball bands, there is a pattern on the inside of each of these ball bands. Now, they used to do this, or they do this on Barnett Premium yarn. So, Red Heart yarn I'm not too sure about. Again, it is the petite crochet basket, and I already have that pattern. So, we're going to just, I might just cut it up and send it to a friend if that friend is interested. I am going to work on designing a basket with my cobblestone pattern. Right now, for now, I am going to right now I'm going to turn around and do the cowl first. I am going to design fingerless gloves to go with this pattern as well, and if you're interested in a tutorial for that, then please let me know in the comments down below, and I will get busy doing that tutorial. So, now that that has been done, I can toss that in the garbage. So what we're going to do is, you need a pair of scissors, you need your yarn, you need a darning needle to sew in the end. You will also need a tape measure. Now, I've already measured my forehead. My forehead is about 22 to 23 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosely chain up to 23 inches. Okay? That will give me a snug cowl. Now, if you want to make an infinity cowl, you can chain more, and it's in multiples of 3 that you have to chain, okay? So I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to pull out some yarn. Okay, so I've pulled out some yarn, and you will see some flies flying around, which will be annoying. But I've pulled out some yarn. We're going to start with a slip knot. So you go like this, and you pull your loop through. You can make a long slip knot or a short one, because you're going to weave in the end at the end. You're going to weave in the ends at the end. So we're going to start with chaining in multiples of 3. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and I will meet you at the end of the chain when I'm done this chain. Okay, so I've got a chain that is approximately 23 inches. Now, which is 93 chains, okay? So you're gonna follow down and make sure that it doesn't get twisted, okay? So you're following down to make sure it doesn't get twisted. Now, you want to slip stitch into this first chain, okay? So the tail out of the way. So you're slip stitching into that first chain. So now you're going to make sure that it's not twisted, which doesn't look like it. So what you're going to do is you're going to chain 1. Okay, so you chain 1. You're going to go right into where you slip stitched, and you're going to double crochet. Now that chain 1 doesn't count as anything. It's just a start point. Okay, so you're double crocheting. Now you're going to double crochet in each and every stitch all the way around until you get to the end. So your next stitch, you double crochet. Now you can get 1 loop or you can get 2 loops, whichever one you feel comfortable with. The first row, it really doesn't matter how many loops you have on there, but you're just going to double crochet in each stitch around. Now this is going to be a 1 row repeat. Okay, so you double crochet, double crochet, so you yarn over, put your hook in, and double crochet, yarn over. I know I should have done that the first time I did it. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, put your hook in, draw up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and you just keep doing this all the way around. So you guys should know how to double crochet, so I'm just going to leave you to it, and I will meet you up at the end. So that's all you're just going to do, is you're going to double crochet. I know I said I'd meet you up at the end, but I want to chat. So, so you just basically double crochet all the way to the end. If you do make a mistake in the count, it's no need to panic, because there's always a way to fudge things. I have mastered the art of fudging things in my crochet designs. So I'm going to pause the video, and I'll meet you up at the end after I'm done the rows of double crochets. So I've made it down to the end. I've double crocheted all the way around, and you will have 93 stitches for this cowl. Now you can make it bigger if you want, or even if you want to make it smaller, you just either add 3 or subtract 3, but it always has to be multiples of 3. So I'm down to the end, and I am going to position this so it is not twisted. Okay. Get this up here like so. Now, we are going to take that yarn and put it through here. So we are going to grab this first stitch. It is not twisted. I know it's not twisted. I just have to position my yarn correctly. There we go. So we are going to, sorry about that. We are going to slip stitch into this first double crochet right here. Okay, so we're going to slip stitch into this. All right, so slip stitch. Put that back there. Slip stitch into the first double crochet. All right, so now we are going to start the repeat row. If this works out, we should have, we should start with the front post double crochet. I usually do the chain 1. I double crochet. Do I double crochet? Yeah, no, I front post double crochet. So I chain 1, that doesn't count as a stitch. And I front post double crochet in this stitch here. Okay, so front post. Now, the next 2 stitches, this one and this one, are going to be back posts. So back post double crochet, back post double crochet. Okay, the next stitch after that is going to be a front post. Front post. Then these 2 stitches, back post. So you're yarning over, you're pulling through. Okay, and you're yarning over, you're going through the back and up through the front. And that's the back post. Trying to get this thing not to click while I'm crocheting. There we go. Well, that didn't work. There we go. And then, so we've got 1 front post, 2 back posts, then we've got 1 front post, so you're going to go through the front, yarn over, pull up, go through 2 and go through 2, then you're going to go through the back, and you keep doing this all the way around until you get to the end. And then your next stitch, you're going to do a front post. Okay. And then your next stitch, next 2 stitches are going to go through the back and do a back post. Your next stitch is going to go through the front and do a front post. Come on. And then your next 2 stitches, this one and this one, are going to go through the back, yarn up, pull up a loop, go through 2 and go through 2, yarn over, go in through the back, draw up a loop, draw up a loop, go through two, go through two. Your next one, front post. Your next one, two back posts. I'll get better at these tutorials. Your next one is going to be a front post. Your next two are going to be back posts. So there you go. In through the back, draw up a loop, go through two, and then in through the back, draw up a loop, go through two, go through two. So you're doing one front post and two back posts all the way around. I know you can do this pattern. It's very easy. And once you start doing it, you're like, okay, cool, I can do that. I do have, I have a tutorial on the reversible mushroom beanie. So that's a back post, and this is a back post. And then we have a front post. Then we have a front post. Okay, so this is the effect you're going to get. Okay, one front post, two back posts. I'm going to meet you up at the end. Okay, so I've made it down to the all the way around to the other side. So I started off with one front post, two back posts, one front post, two back posts, one front post, two back posts, all the way around. And I just finished doing the front post. No, I just finished doing the back post. So then I do the front post. And now I kind of made a mistake on this one. So I'm going to show you how to fudge it. Okay. So I have to have two back posts. I have to end with two back posts. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a back post on this stitch, and we're going to do a back post on this stitch. Pull it down so you can see. So there's two stitches right here. So we're going to do a back post here and a back post here. Okay. So we're going to yarn over, and we're going to go in behind and draw up a loop. Go through two and go through two. And then your last back post we're going to put right here. Okay. And that will make it even. Because like I said, I messed up. So now we have it even. So you started with it. You started with a front post and you end with two back posts. So we are going to slip stitch, not in this one, not in this one. We're going to slip stitch in this very top stitch here. Okay. And then we're going to, now this second row, okay, you're going to alter your rows in this pattern. So you did one front post, two back post, one front post, two back post. Your next row is going to be one back post, two front post. Okay. So you're going to chain one, and then you're going to yarn over, and you're going to go into the back on that first stitch. Going to go in here, and then you're going to go around like that. Okay. And then you're going to pull up a loop, and you have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to go through 2, and then you're going to go through 2. So you're a back post. Now the next 2 stitches are actually back posts, so you're going to change them to front post. And each round you're going to alter them. So this one is going to be 1 back post, 2 front post. Okay. Then your next stitch is going to be a back post, And your next 2 stitches are going to be front posts. Your next stitch is going to be a back post. And your next 2 stitches are going to be front posts. Make sure you get them in the stitch though. Alright. And your next stitch is going to be a back post. And your next stitch after that are going to be 2 front posts. And you just keep going like this. 1 back post. And 2 front posts. So every second row is going to be the same as this. So your first row was 1 front post, 2 back posts. This one is 1 back post, 2 front posts. The next one is going to be 1 front post, 2 back posts. And that is how this pattern works. And you can keep going with this pattern for as tall as you want the cowl. At a frame. So you can keep going with your cowl. And now you're doing 2 front posts. For as long as you want it. If you wanted it doubled over or folded over to make it a little bit more warmer, you can do that. This is a pattern that you can play with. Just make sure that your pattern is in multiples of 3. Okay. The blanket is a different stitch count. The hat is, like I said, I just did the cobblestone hat pattern yesterday, and I hope you guys like that. And then we have a back post, and then we have 2 more front posts, and we're just gonna keep on doing this all the way around. And I know you guys can do this, even if you are a beginner and you know the double crochets, half double crochets, front posts and back posts. If you know front posts and back posts, you can do this easy peasy lemon squeezy. So, like I said, you just keep doing what you're doing. Alright, so I'm going to pause it and meet you up at the other end. I forgot to mention to you, if you are a beginner and you're new to crochet and you're not sure where you started your pattern, always use a stitch marker where you did your chain 1. So you did your chain 1 here, so this is the first stitch right here that you would have to slip into when you get to the end. It is, like I said, it is a very simple pattern. You just alternate the rows. Like right now I'm on 1 front, back post and 2 front post. Because this is this is actually the 3rd row, because it was 1 row of double crochets, then 1 front post and 2 back posts, and now I'm alternating the 1 front post, 2 back posts to do 1 back post, or 1 back post, 2 front posts. Okay, so this is the effect you're gonna get. Now like I said, it's advisable to use a stitch marker until you're more comfortable with your crochet. So that's what I would do. Now I am going to be doing some more tutorials coming up here. I do want to do how to make a granny square, both the traditional granny and the full granny. So, like I said, you're just doing 1 back post and 2 front post, and 1 back post and 2 front posts. Okay. 1 back post and 2 front posts. One back post and 2 front posts. One back post, 2 front posts. So what you're going to initially get is rows 1, 3, 5, so 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. They're all going to be the 1 front post, 2 back posts, and 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 are all going to be 1 back post, 2 front post. That's how it's going to work. So every second row is going to be the 1 back post, 2 front post. Don't have my thingy in there right. There we go. And you're always going to make sure that you yarn over before you put your hook through. And then a back post. And then a front post. Like so. And then another front post. Like so. Alright. So now we've gone all the way around. And this is where your stitch marker is, okay? So this is where you're going to slip stitch into when you get to the end. Okay, so I'm going to slip into that one. So we did the base chain, row 1 double crochets, row 2, so the base chain and double crochets, and then your repeat rows are row 1, which is 1 front post, 2 back post, and then row 2, which is 1 back post, 2 front post. Okay, so now you're going to go back to row 1 where it's 1 front post, 2 back post. Okay, so you're going to chain 1, and we're going to take that stitch marker out for now, put it back in a minute. So I chain 1, and now this, you've done previous row, you've done the front post, and then you did the back post, and now this one is actually going to be the front post again. So you yarn over, and you put your hook in through the front, and you come up through the back, okay? So you double crochet. Now, before we go on, we're going to take this wonderful stitch marker, and we're going to put it in right in there, because that is where you have to slip stitch. Okay, now you've done 1 front post, now you're doing 2 back post. So you're going to back post, and then you're going to front post again. So you back post, back post, and then your front post again. Right there, front post. Okay. And then you go back post, front post again. So go in through the back, and you drop a loop, and you're doing a back post, and you're doing a back post, and your next one is going to be a front post. So you always remember that you're alternating your rows, okay? So you're going to have one row that is the front post, starts off with the front post. You have one row that starts off with the back post. Then your next row starts off with the front post, and you just keep reversing the 2 rows. This is one of my favorite patterns. I've designed quite a few patterns, but this is my all-time favorite pattern because as soon as I did this, it reminded me of the cobblestones in England. And I thought, man, I love this, and I'm just going to call it the cobblestone. So, and then you go into the back post. So like I said, each row you're alternating the stitches. And then the front post. And then the 2 back posts. And this yarn is quite stiff to work with, so it just reminds me of Red Heart Super Saver. I love the colors, don't get me wrong. These are my colors. These are the wow, wham, bam colors. So you keep doing the 1 front post, 2 back posts, all the way around. Okay. So like I said, 2, 4, 6, and 8 are going to be the same repeat, and 3, 5, 7, and 9 are going to be the second repeat. And you can do this. I know you can do this. Yes, I know I'm crocheting off camera because you guys know how to do this round of back post, front post, and like I said, this is where I started my stitch, and this is where I'm going to end my last 2 stitches, and then I'm going to join with a slip stitch, and then I'm going to start with the back post on the next round. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stop this for now, and then when I get this to as long as I want it, because usually I do about 8 inches for a cowl, between 5 to 8 inches. If I want to fold it down, I'll do 8 inches. So if I want to fold it down, I'll do 8 inches. But if I don't want to fold it down, I will do probably either 5 or 6 inches, depending on how I feel. So I'm going to stop the video for a little bit. I'm going to get the cowl done, and then I will show you how to finish it off as soon as I get the cowl done. So, catch you as soon as I'm done this. I'll show you how to finish it off. Hello everybody, it's Tori again. So, earlier in the video, I went and did a few rows of the cobblestone stitch cowl, and I left you on your merry way. Now I am to the end. I don't have enough to go around one more time. If I do, then it's playing yarn chicken, so I'm just going to say enough is enough. This is let's see. Got my scissors, I got my darning needle. tape measure. Now you can make this cowl as big as you want or as small as you want. Let's just get a darning needle out here. Oh, I should have had this ready. Okay, so I have my darning needle, I have my tape measure, and I have my scissors for cutting. Now, I made this cowl as right now it's about 6 inches. Okay, I don't have any more of that yarn, so I'm just going to end the cowl here. So we're going to do this. We're going to take this and go into this stitch right here, slip stitch, and then we're going to yarn over, pull it through, and tighten it. Then we are going to make a long tail, or long enough that you can sew in the end, okay? And you're going to snip. Sorry for the wind and everything that's outside, but it is a windy day here. Now we're going to take this, and I usually just try and feed it in as best I can down one of these rows. Okay, and so I just keep feeding it. Then I grab the end from the top, pop it through the big hole. Pop it through the big hole, and then I just pull down. Okay, pull it a little tight, and then you want to go back up the other way. And it's okay if you go through the stitches. It's okay if you go through there, like so. Pop it in, and like so, and then pull up. All right. So, and you can just keep weaving until you get it all weaved in. So go through the orange here, through the stitches, if you want, and then you don't have to cut the end. So you go here, down like this, and you can go up in this section here. And then, like I said, you don't have to cut the end if you do it this way. You just keep weaving it until you get it all weaved in. And then you have one more that you have to weave in, and that's at the beginning. Okay, so you just pull that up like that. You might have a little bit up here that you might have to snip. And this little piece here that you don't have to worry too much about. You just throw that in the garbage. So that's that. And then you have this end right here that you need to weave in. Again, like I said, you just go down the stitches as best you can. This is the way I weave in ends. And then once my cobblestone tutorial is done for the cowl, I can work on doing the cobblestone messy bun hat. So, I hope you guys like these tutorials. I do have a couple more tutorials that I want to do. And then pop that down in there like this again, going through the stitches. And I think this is the last one, and I'm sorry about the coughing and everything. That's coming from outside though. It's like the water. When you hear water running, it's coming from the pipes here in the foyer, because all the plumbing and stuff for upstairs is in here. So you're just going to turn around, you're going to take that little piece and you're just going to snip it off like so. And that is the cobblestone cowl. And that goes with the cobblestone hat. So that is the end of this tutorial. I hope you liked it. If you do like it, give it a like. Give it a thumbs up. If you can, possibly put a comment down below. Comments really help the algorithm. And you guys keep on hooking. Have a great day, evening, weekend, wherever you are. And I'm on to the next tutorial. Bye for now. Catch you on the next one.